Welcome back. In the last two videos, we saw that the brain uses the same core system for the past, present, and the future. But the way the system builds each one is different. Today, we're focused entirely on the past. Uh, why do we remember things as being so elastic, controllable, and often much richer or longer than it actually was? Here's the key structural difference. In the past, reconstruction events are self generated from memory. There's no live sensory data coming in. The information is already fixed in your memory, which means you can control the rate at which your brain reconstructs the memory. You decide whether you want to play it fast, play it slow, or pause in a single frame. This is why remembered time feels more editor controlled. You are literally the director of the reconstruction. Because you control the reconstruction rate, the felt duration of a memory becomes extremely flexible. If you reconstruct a memory with high density, slowing down, zooming in on details, replaying small moments, that interval feels much longer in memory. If you skim over it quickly, the same real world time feels compressed. This isn't an illusion or a bug, it's exactly what you'd expect from a self generated reconstruction process. A real world example, think about like a powerful emotional event, a first kiss, traumatic experience, or winning something important. These moments are remembered as lasting much longer than they actually did because your brain generated a very high density reconstruction of the events around them, both during the event and later while recalling it. So when you get prediction error, it can be positive or negative. Things can be better than you thought they were going to be, or be worse than you thought they were going to be. So, in either event, when something was much worse and much better than you expected, your brain's kind of creating these reconstruction events over and over, saying, like, oh, no, got this wrong. Oh, no, got this wrong. The more of those, you could call them like novel updates that you have, the more data points you have to be able to reconstruct around. Now, you're not going to remember how many leaves was on the tree, even though you did actually see the tree. And if you could capture all of that data and your brain thought that was a good, useful thing to do, then you actually could sit there and recount every single one of those trees. Why do we not do that, generally speaking, for like most of us? Uh, because it's a waste of resources. I don't need to know how many leaves are on the tree or whether they were flipped upside down, or what angle they were at, or what exactly the color was if I was going to pick it out on a color palette, etc. Compressions are much more useful and much more efficient. Rumination explained. This mechanism also explains rumination very well. Rumination isn't thinking about something too much, it's running the same limited set of memories on high density reconstruction over and over because you're generating so many reconstruction events in a small memory space. That period of time subjectively expands and can feel like it's swallowing your entire past, like it's a pivotal moment in your entire life. The past literally feels like it's still happening. Not because the memory is inaccurate, but because the reconstruction rate is extremely high. Now that does kind of flow into like some psychology stuff that I don't want to get into, right? But obviously, you can have a lot of reasons to replay things in your past, but we're just talking about the mechanics of why replaying them feels the way that it does, right? Why you happen to consciously or subconsciously be running those is a different topic in a different video. So, elasticity of the pastime is not mysterious. It's a direct consequence of reconstruction being self generated under voluntary control, right? And this has real implications. It helps explain why therapy techniques that change how you recall memories can change how big those memories feel, right? Explains why nostalgia can feel so immersive. And it shows why simply trying to stop thinking about the past is hard. You're fighting against a system that gives you full editorial control over the reconstruction speed or how often those things are reconstructed. So it's not so easy to just say, stop thinking about the past. Psychology would tell you until you fully process it so that those reconstruction events do no longer feel novel, right? As you need to process them enough times so that your subconscious, etc., understands what happened, why it happened, and now your predictive system can kind of prepare for that situation again and feel more comfortable in preparing for that situation again. Once you get to that point, that's usually when the downregulation happens of how often that memory comes up. I said I wasn't going to talk about that, but I'm a liar. This is why I have to have scripts, because I will just go right off the screen. In the next video, we'll look at the complete opposite situation, right? The present horizon, where you don't get control of the reconstruction rate, and what makes the present feel bandwidth constrained, and sometimes like time is like slipping away, right? You're trying to create these novel reconstructions so that you can remember it. Like if you've ever sat there and you said, "This is a great moment. I really want to take it all in so that I can really remember this." What you're doing when you're taking it all in is you're creating like almost little like snapshots of the moment, right? Across a litany of senses. And that allows you later on to be able to reconstruct that memory with higher fidelity. Uh, so, is this series helping you understand your own experience of time better? Let me know in the comments, like which horizon feels the most strange or powerful to you out of these three. And also let me know if these videos are too short and that I end up repeating myself too much because I have to kind of give the first minute of the video each time, or if it builds on top of each other in a meaningful way, or if you'd rather just say, instead of having two 5-minute videos, make one 10-minute video and then another 10-minute video. Right? These are things I'm trying to figure out as I'm trying not to just sit down in front of the camera and the mic, because that turns into a 20-30 minute video that goes way off, where people are like, why are we talking about this? This is not what I came here to talk about or to listen to. If you came here to talk to me, then you're going to have to do that down in the comments.